Hey sweet souls! I finally have my video today, and this video is in regards to two questions that I asked this week. And one was like, in which dimension are you mostly spending time, or time in your mind, with your mind, in the past, in the present, or in the future? And then we also had a question on the paradigm of time, like, is time actually existent, or is it an invention of humankind? Or do we in fact only have this present moment really? And there was another question about what do you in which world do you spend the most time? In the world of nature, in the human-made world, or in the digital world? And some people in the group, commented like, unfortunately, I'm mostly in the past, or maybe in the future, or unfortunately, I'm way too much in the digital world, which I don't want really. And, talking about mindfulness and consciousness, once we say unfortunately and, kind of put a label on it that what we are doing is not good, we are already judging ourselves again. Yeah. And it can be a gap from what we want to achieve, like a mind behavior gap, we call that. Or, for example, an ethical gap, a gap with our values. And what I'm just wanting to remind you is that whenever you realize something already, that you are watching this video already, that you are asking yourself questions on those topics, is already a sign for you to trying to be more mindful and conscious about it. And you observing that actually you are a lot in this world or in this dimension of time is already a kind of conscious realization, you see. So you could see it from that perspective. You could say, hey, cool, at least I realized it now. I can change something. And I know that I will change something whenever I really take that decision. Or you could see it from the perspective, oh, unfortunately, I didn't achieve again what I wanted to achieve, So it's a big difference. And it's again this inner dialogue that is so, so important. And I wanted to share a tiny story from mine with you on this topic. Maybe it can help you as well, or you can relate to it. When I was in my very active time of my horse formation with my riding master in the Escola, I once had a horse in a training, and this horse was a very, very intelligent horse, and somehow we were not really able to keep the balance throughout the whole riding training session. And I got a bit nervous about it, I got irritated, and every time it got worse, and I got like, oh no, I can't keep it, and how can I keep it? And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And somehow, I got in this cycle of making it worse. Because why? Because I put a label on it. I said it's not good and this is a problem. And the horse realized that very quickly, like scanned my mind, and understood the thing and made it very easy for himself. Yeah, he understood it, and it's not that horses are mean or anything, but they are just energy savers, and often they do it in the easiest way they can, their movements. And at some point, I understood the dynamic. I understood like, okay, if I'm every time putting this label on it, it's even getting worse and worse and worse. And actually, I can recreate balance in any step we take. So if I write every step really very consciously. If I don't judge the step, I just analyze, I just realize it makes a very big difference. And I can recreate this balance anytime. And once the horse realized that I understood and I changed my mindset, the whole dialogue, the whole work changed. I got light and we were finally able to keep the balance. And I just want you to see that actually this balance thing, everything in life is balance, everything in every area in life, in relationships, in business, in cooking, in anything you do, in health, everywhere, in work and life, it's all about balance always. And yeah, if you can take this little story, this analogy for yourself, that for example, taking the questions from before, whenever there is a moment when you realize, okay, I'm not now in this state where I would like to be, for example, more in the natural world or less in the digital world, or more in the here and now, you can change it anytime. You don't need to judge it. You don't need to say, okay, but next week I'm going to start. No, any moment you can do it, any moment. Just even if it's just for a moment, just celebrate yourself for doing it in that moment. And this will make much quicker changes than waiting for long and judging yourself for it, because this costs a lot of energy. So I just want to share that with you. Maybe it's helpful for you. And if you like, also feel free to share your experiences, like on holding balance or even losing it. And maybe you can relate to that. It's always nice to also get your sharings. And yeah, I hope it's helpful for you. If it's helpful, feel free to share my video, like it, or subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you for your time. And have a lovely Sunday.